Suffer from constant ear ringing. Anxiety spikes every time the sound gets louder, and that terrifying fear that tinnitus will never stop. Today, this ends. Recent studies have shown that tinnitus medications are the only classification of treatments that the prescribing doctor and the manufacturers quietly profit from directly. The only reason that old tinnitus treatments are used is because the industry makes money from them. And while you've been told tinnitus is a chronic ringing you'll have for life, Dr. Oz has now stepped in as the one man willing to put an end to this chaos, and he just proved that's a devastating lie. He's about to reveal a 100% natural, incredibly easy to use method that's already helping hundreds of Americans finally reclaim their silence. But before he does, you must understand this. Tinnitus is not something you can ignore. That ringing is your body's emergency signal that something far more serious is happening beneath the surface. When left untreated, it has been linked to accelerated cognitive decline, advanced dementia, early onset Alzheimer's, and in extreme cases, it can push a person's sanity to the breaking point, making tinnitus one of the most overlooked triggers behind the rising suicide rates in the United States. Do not look away. Keep watching. Your life may depend on what comes next.
My wife was exactly where the person watching this is right now. Terrified, listening to that ear-piercing tone 24/7, wondering what causes tinnitus and why the ringing was endless. She said it was getting louder every year. Every morning she'd wake up asking herself, will this ringing drive me insane? Will I lose my hearing? She couldn't focus, she couldn't sleep, and the anxiety made the tinnitus symptoms explode even more. We tried hearing aids, sound therapy, supplements, acupuncture, everything, and the ringing kept getting worse, not better. And that's when everything changed. She didn't go to another doctor. I was forced to become the doctor my wife needed. Watching her suffer pushed me into a level of research I never imagined. Night after night, buried in medical journals, alternative therapy reports, and obscure biological studies, I stumbled onto something no one was talking about. A natural combination so unlikely, so ordinary, that it almost felt like a joke. A simple mixture of honey with Vicks VapoRub, two everyday items, but together something far more powerful than anyone realized. I refined it, tested variations, studied the sensory pathways it influenced, and after weeks of trial and error, I discovered a precise way to use it, a method so simple my wife laughed the first time she tried it. No restrictive sound protocols, no expensive therapy, just a strange, natural duo hiding in plain sight. And what happened in 21 days? The high-pitched ringing softened and the constant ear tinnitus settled. In 5 weeks, for the first time in years, she experienced full, breathtaking silence. Her stress dropped, her sleep returned, the fog lifted, and she finally felt like herself again.
You may ask now, if this works so well, why hasn't every tinnitus sufferer heard about it? Because the tinnitus industry makes billions every year, keeping people dependent on hearing aids, sound machines, and endless treatments that never fix the root cause. If people knew they could calm tinnitus using something this natural, this accessible, the entire industry would collapse overnight. That's why Dr. Oz revealed everything at a major health convention in New York just a few weeks ago. The presentation was recorded, but the pharmaceutical giants have already taken the video down multiple times. They don't want this to spread. They don't want people to know. We're going to try to show it again one more time before they shut it down for good. If you're watching this and you're tired of the ringing, the anxiety spikes, the sleepless nights, the fear that tinnitus will take over your life, then stay exactly where you are and do not close this video, because what comes next will change everything.
Hi, my name is Dr. Oz. I'm a global authority on chronic inflammation and sensory hypersensitivity. With over 30 years of clinical experience and research cited in medical journals across the world, I've spent my entire career helping people decode the body's hidden signals. But nothing could have prepared me for what happened when tinnitus struck my own home. I wasn't just a doctor anymore. I became a husband, watching the woman I love break down piece by piece. Lisa, my lovely wife, was also a vibrant pianist, bringing music to life for everyone around her. But tinnitus stole her peace and nearly her spirit. I'll never forget that night. She sat on the floor, hands over her ears, shaking, and through tears she whispered,
I can't take another night like this. I'm afraid of what I might do.
That moment changed everything. It wasn't just about research anymore. It was personal and urgent. When traditional medicine failed her, I made a promise I would find the real cause or die trying. And that's what led to the discovery I'm about to share with you. After years of research, clinical trials, and collaborations with top neurologists, microbiologists, and ENT experts, we uncovered what had been hiding in plain sight. Tinnitus doesn't begin in your ears. It starts with silent inflammation, specifically in the trigeminal nerve, one of the cranial nerves that passes near your inner ear. Inflammatory molecules known as cytokines attack this nerve, creating a chain reaction called sensory brain hyperactivity, or SBH. This makes your nervous system so sensitive that even normal background signals get amplified into ringing, buzzing, or hissing. And left untreated, this inflammation spreads. It starts destroying neural connections, leading to memory loss, confusion, and in many cases, early onset Alzheimer's and dementia. That's when I knew this wasn't just about tinnitus anymore. This was the body's final warning sign. And when I saw Lisa begin to heal using this brand new protocol, I knew I couldn't stay silent. On day 17 of our protocol, Lisa woke up and her eyes were different.
For the first time in 3 years, I can hear the silence,
she said. She played piano that afternoon for the first time in years, tears streaming down her face. But it wasn't just about Lisa. Once I started sharing my findings, I received hundreds of emails from people all over the world desperate for relief.
Hey there, I can't express enough how Christian's revolutionary method has completely changed my life. Thanks to his dedication and his team of experts, the ringing in my ears is gone and I can finally sleep like a baby. Thanks again.
From the very first day, I felt an effect. And after about a week, the buzzing diminished significantly until it just stopped completely.
Their words confirmed what I'd already felt in my soul. This discovery was meant to be shared. I believe truly that this was part of God's plan, that I had to walk through that dark valley to bring back something life-changing. And it's already helped over 110,000 people reclaim their peace and silence, not just with symptom relief, but with clearer thinking, better sleep, and a return to joy. But I need to be honest with you. This may be your last real chance to act before the damage becomes irreversible. Tinnitus isn't just annoying, it's a race against time. Every day, the inflammation continues. Your nerves are deteriorating, and while your doctor may have told you to learn to live with it, or worse, handed you a prescription and sent you away, I want you to know you are not the problem. You've been kept in the dark. Why? Because there's an entire industry profiting from your suffering. Big pharmaceutical companies make over $8.5 billion a year on drugs and treatments that do little more than suppress symptoms, and some may even make the condition worse. They don't want you to know that tinnitus has a cause, and more importantly, a solution. This protocol isn't a sound machine. It's not white noise. It's not meditation. It's a clinically validated, science-backed method that targets the real biological source of tinnitus. So if you've tried everything, if you've been told there's no hope, please hear me clearly. You do not have to live with tinnitus, and you are not alone. What I'm about to show you could be the moment your silence begins again. For decades, tinnitus was treated like a mystery, a symptom without a cause, a problem without a solution, until 2024. That's when I joined a team of neuroscientists and inflammation specialists in Germany. We made a discovery that changed everything. They studied the trigeminal nerve, one of the 12 cranial nerves, long ignored in traditional ENT medicine. They examined 1,000 patients, and the data was undeniable. 92% of those with inflammation in the trigeminal nerve also had tinnitus. The other 8%, they developed tinnitus shortly after. But they didn't stop there. The team zoomed in literally on the microscopic branches of the trigeminal nerve, and what they saw shocked them. Each branch passed through critical auditory structures deep inside the inner ear. And every single patient had inflammation right there in those branches. That inflammation created a neural overload, a form of extreme sensitivity we now call SBH, sensory brain hyperactivity, and suddenly everything made sense. Why tinnitus often comes with hearing loss. Why patients say real-world sounds seem to fade, even though their ears look perfectly healthy on tests. It's not the ear, it's the nerve. And more importantly, is the way inflammation is rewiring your brain. But this raised an even bigger question. What's causing this inflammation in the first place? The team dug deeper into blood samples, nerve tissue, immune cell behavior, comparing people with and without tinnitus. That's when they found it. Tiny, nearly invisible molecules called cytokines. Cytokines are like chemical messengers, but in excess, they act like fire starters, triggering inflammation, attacking healthy nerves, and throwing your entire sensory system into chaos. They weren't just a side effect, they were the root cause. The conclusion was clear. If we could reduce these cytokines, we could calm the inflammation, heal the trigeminal nerve, and shut down the hypersensitivity that causes tinnitus. But here's the critical part. If left untreated, this inflammation does not stay localized. It spreads, and over time, it leads to nerve atrophy, literal nerve death. And when that happens, you're not just at risk of tinnitus, you're at risk of dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, because the same cytokines attacking your trigeminal nerve also attack the regions of the brain responsible for memory, cognition, and focus. Tinnitus isn't just a sound, it's a warning. Your brain is trying to tell you there's something wrong. And if you don't act now, you may not get another chance. But here's the good news. As long as the ringing is still there, your brain is still alive, still fighting, and still capable of healing. And from that moment on, we worked around the clock testing dozens of anti-inflammatory compounds from nature, plants, roots, bioactive molecules, anything that could lower cytokine levels and gently suppress overactive white blood cell activity, which fuels chronic inflammation. Because unless you calm the immune system, the inflammation and the tinnitus always comes back. After months of research and refinement, we found a natural formula that hit every target. We gave it to Lisa's father, first a man who also had suffered from relentless tinnitus for over a decade. Within days, his symptoms began to ease. By the third week, the ringing was completely gone. Gone! Then we expanded the trial to 10 more people with various stages of tinnitus. The results? Every single one of them saw improvements. For most, the ringing faded until it disappeared. And surprisingly, their hearing improved by up to 60%. It was no longer just theory, it was reality. A natural, targeted way to stop the source of tinnitus before it destroys your hearing, your focus, or your future. I was beyond excited. After everything we'd seen, Lisa's father was completely free from the ringing after just 3 weeks, and 10 more patients showing the same astonishing results. I looked at Dr. Phil, one of the senior researchers on the team, and said, we have to get this to more people. Anna needs this. The world needs this. But before he could respond, the lead investigator overseeing the entire project stepped forward. He had been silent most of the meeting, arms folded, listening from the shadows. And then, with no emotion in his voice, he said,
"You need to stop. Immediately."
I was stunned. Stop? What are you talking about? We just proved it works. But he didn't argue. He didn't give a reason. He just repeated colder this time.
This research ends here. Walk away.
The entire room froze. Dr. Phil looked down. My stomach dropped. Then, without saying another word, Dr. Weiss left. Dr. Phil waited until the door closed, then leaned toward me and said in a low voice, "It's not the science that's the problem. It's what the science threatens." He didn't need to spell it out. I knew exactly what he meant. Big pharma. A permanent natural solution for tinnitus. No prescriptions, no side effects, no recurring treatments, meant the collapse of a multi-billion-dollar industry. Pills, injections, masking therapies, none of them fixed tinnitus. They just stretched the suffering and the profits. Dr. Phil told me that after the first round of results, when they presented the data to the oversight committee, something shifted. Phone calls, meetings behind closed doors, and then sudden silence, funding frozen, warnings issued. The official word? Too early, too risky. But the truth? It was too disruptive. My heart sank. It felt like yet another wall, another miracle smothered before it could breathe. My team saw the look on my face, the same look I'd worn when Anna broke down weeks earlier, begging for just one night of quiet. Dr. Phil sat in silence for a while. Then, with a heavy sigh, he said, "My dad always told me, when you can help someone and you don't, that's when you lose who you are." He looked me in the eyes. "Here's what I can do. I'll give you the formula, all of it. The ingredients, the dosages, the protocols. You make it yourself. I stay out of it." He paused. "Just remember, it's only been tested on a small group, but the results are real, and we both know it." A few days later, an email arrived from Dr. Phil. It contained everything, a detailed ingredient list and step-by-step instructions to recreate the formula exactly as we had used it. What I held in my hands was more than a formula. It was the future, and it was time to share it. Before we could think about helping others, we needed to understand how the healing actually worked. And what we discovered was that silencing tinnitus required triggering a very specific three-step biochemical process inside the body. Think of this like restoring a valuable antique radio. Step 1, reduce inflammation and calm the nerves. It is like cleaning the corroded wires, removing the harmful elements that are distorting the signal. At the root of tinnitus, as we had already discovered, was inflammation specifically driven by cytokines attacking the trigeminal nerve. To stop this, we turned to a precise trio of amino acids. L-arginine, as published in Nutrition, reduces inflammatory cytokines by up to 82%. L-lysine boosts antibody production and helps the immune system calm internal false alarms. L-valine, according to the International Journal of Sports Medicine, supports mental clarity and reduces fatigue caused by inflammation. These three work together like a broom, sweeping out the cytokines and calming the overreactive nerve endings. With step 1 complete and inflammation reduced, we needed to address a critical question. How do we prevent the inflammation from returning? Step 2, applying a protective coating, ensuring that those wires don't corrode again. This is where we added a second layer of defense. We introduced ornithine alpha-ketoglutarate, which supports immunity under extreme stress like that experienced by those with chronic tinnitus. L-isoleucine, based on immunology letters, helps the immune system know when to stop attacking, which is key to preventing chronic inflammation. Mumio, a powerful resin used in traditional medicine across Central Asia and is rich in antioxidants and shown in the International Journal of Alzheimer's Disease to protect brain cells from long-term damage. These acted like a protective coating, shielding the nervous system from future biochemical attacks. But even with inflammation under control, one major issue remained. The nervous system was still hypersensitive. Even minor signals were being misinterpreted by the brain as noise. That led us to step 3, fine-tuning the frequencies, adjusting the entire system so it receives clean signals without static or interference. This was the most delicate part of the formula. The goal was to reduce neural hypersensitivity and restore the brain's ability to filter signals from noise. We introduced L-glutamine, GABA, alpha-GPC, and finally, L-tyrosine, sodium, and potassium to support mood and transmission of nerve impulses. The results were profound. GABA, as seen in biological psychiatry, improved sleep and emotional regulation in nearly all cases. Alpha-GPC, based on clinical therapeutics, enhanced memory, even in patients showing early cognitive decline. L-DOPA, highlighted in pharmacology and behavior, improved focus, motivation, and reduced the fog that so often accompanies tinnitus. These ingredients work like a fine-tuning dial, retraining the nervous system to filter out the phantom signals once and for all. Once we had the complete formula, I knew there was only one way to truly validate it. Anna had volunteered to try it first. With my hands trembling slightly, I followed every step, as Dr. Phil had outlined. The formula was complex, the measurements precise. I sourced only the purest ingredients, the same ones me and Dr. Phil had tested. Because as he warned me, over 90% of supplements on the market don't even contain what's on the label. I mixed everything in the exact order, the exact temperature, the exact ratios. The result was a strange smelling liquid, bitter, earthy, and almost too simple. But science often works that way, elegant solutions to complex problems. I poured the liquid into a small spray bottle. Anna took a deep breath, then 6 sprays under her tongue, and we waited. What happened next still gives me chills. Within 27 minutes, she looked at me, her eyes welled up, and for the first time in months, she said, "I can't hear it anymore." It wasn't permanent, not yet. About an hour later, the ringing slowly returned. But in that brief window, we knew something was working. She continued using the spray daily. And over the next 2 weeks, the changes were undeniable. The volume decreased, her sleep improved, her focus sharpened, and her emotions finally stabilized. What surprised us most, though, was an unexpected benefit we hadn't been looking for. By day 10, Anna noticed something odd. Not only was the tinnitus fading, but her general hearing had improved. She could hear sounds she hadn't noticed in years, subtle tones in music, birds outside, even background conversations. At first, we didn't understand why, but then it clicked. By reducing neural inflammation and restoring proper nerve signaling, we weren't just silencing the noise, we were upgrading the entire auditory system. But before going public, Dr. Phil insisted we do one more thing, test the formula on a broader scale. So together, we assembled a final test group, a diverse group of 59 people, many of whom had reached out to me on social media after hearing about Anna's recovery. Each of them had lived with tinnitus for years, some for decades. They were desperate, hopeful, skeptical, but willing to try. We delivered the formula personally to every participant, and for the next 60 days, we asked them to follow the same protocol. 6 sprays once a day under the tongue. I was nervous. I knew what it had done for Anna, but scaling something so precise always carries risk. Then, just a few days in, my phone wouldn't stop buzzing. Message after message, voice notes, emails, people telling me the ringing is fading, or I can hear birds again. It was overwhelming. We encouraged everyone to continue the full 2-month protocol, even those who felt better within the first week. And then I compiled the results. What we saw left us speechless. All 59 participants, every single one had experienced measurable improvements in hearing and reported that their tinnitus had either vanished completely or become so faint it no longer disrupted their lives. But that wasn't all. Most reported improved memory, sharper focus, and deep uninterrupted sleep. Here's what one participant told us.
I had been living with tinnitus for nearly 15 years. After just a couple of weeks on the Dr. Oz method, the ringing was so faint I could finally sleep through the night. For me, that felt like a miracle.
I was skeptical, I'll be honest. But one morning I stepped outside and heard birds singing something I hadn't noticed in over a decade. That was the moment I knew my life was changing. Thank you so much, Doctor. Oz and Dr. Phil, people need to hear this. Please share the good news.
That was the moment I knew this was bigger than me. This wasn't just a breakthrough, this was a mission. We had to find a way to bring this to everyone, not just to those lucky enough to hear about it through a friend. We called it Audileaf, because that's exactly what it does. It calms the nervous system, quiets the overstimulation, and eliminates tinnitus at the root. And although certain groups tried to shut us down, we knew we couldn't wait another second to share this life-changing protocol that has now helped thousands of people around the world. Just a few days ago, we received an anonymous offer, an obscene amount of money to take Audileaf off the market. Of course, we refused. But let's be honest, they're not done. We've already received legal threats, pressure from distributors, blocked advertising campaigns, even shadow bans online. And while we've managed to push back for now, we can't promise how long we'll be able to keep doing this. That's why if you're hearing this message now, you still have a chance, a rare chance to access Audileaf directly from us. While it's still legal to sell, while we still have it in stock, and before outside forces succeed in suppressing it for good. Now, I have to be honest, producing Audileaf isn't easy. The ingredients are rare and must be sourced from verified farms and labs. Each batch takes up to 6 months to produce, and we bottle everything in the US under strict FDA certified conditions. We'll never sacrifice quality for scale. That's why our stock runs out fast, not just from people with tinnitus, but from others using Audileaf to boost focus, energy, and mental clarity. Because once people feel the effects, they don't want to go a day without it. So here's your moment. If you've made it this far, you already know what's possible. You deserve silence. You deserve clarity. I'm giving you the rare chance to buy Audileaf now while we still have it in stock. Before I do that though, I want to tell you how to take it to get the best results. This is important. You don't want to get it wrong first. You start by spraying 6 pumps under your tongue every morning for at least 30 days. 1 bottle of Audileaf should last exactly 30 days. You might feel a difference even on the first day. Some people have reported the sound stopping after just 30 minutes, but that depends on how advanced your tinnitus is. What's certain is that by the end of the first month, the drops will have had time to fully kick in, and your hearing will improve, but you need to be patient. This is a natural treatment that works with your body, unlike pharmaceutical pills. After that, we recommend taking Audileaf for another 2 months, which means 3 bottles of Audileaf. 3 months is enough for deeper nerve desensitization, ensuring the improvements in your hearing are permanent. But the best results we've seen come from people who took Audileaf for a full 6 months. Not only did it help with their tinnitus and hearing issues, but it also sharpened their minds and boosted their mental energy throughout the day. It's hard to know exactly how much damage your brain has sustained or how inflamed your nerves are. That depends on your medical history, diet, and lifestyle. So to be safe, we recommend taking Audileaf for 6 months. This should be enough to fully support the readjustment of the brain so your hearing improves and your brain fog disappears for good. Everyone who has used Audileaf has reported incredible success. Here are just a few of the messages I've received since making the formula available to the public.
On the very first day I tried Audileaf, the ringing dropped so much I could finally rest. By the end of the month, my hearing was sharper than it had been in years.
Hey, Dr. Oz. At first I thought 6 sprays under the tongue sounded too simple, but after 3 months, not only was my tinnitus gone, my focus and energy were back too. Glad I gave it a chance.
I love hearing stories like these. It shows that our product works for all kinds of people, regardless of age or the severity of their conditions. All of this with just 6 pumps under your tongue each day. So I can say with full confidence that this is by far the best treatment for tinnitus and hearing loss. Nothing else comes close. Yes, there's always the medical route. You could see a doctor and undergo painful surgery and spend a lot of money in an effort to lessen your symptoms. But why not try something else first? Something that might greatly improve your condition without torturing you or draining your bank account. As for other alternative healing methods, such as meditation, acupuncture, and teas, they're just not strong enough to treat serious conditions such as tinnitus and hearing loss. Spending time and money on these alternatives is a tremendous waste. With Audileaf, you'll be able to see the results within 3 weeks at most. And you don't have to worry about any pesky side effects or long-term issues. You can probably understand why my team and I originally considered pricing Audileaf at $380 per bottle. It's an extremely pure, concentrated formula that's incredibly difficult to produce. More importantly, this special blend was designed to address the root cause of tinnitus, a condition that not only disrupts your peace and sleep, but can also lead to hearing loss, mental decline, and social isolation. Now, add to that the cost of visiting a specialist in your area, including the hearing tests, prescriptions, and follow-up treatments you'd be forced to pay for the rest of your life. Because face it, in partnership with Big Pharma and their allies, that's exactly what they want. In light of all this, $380 per bottle should seem like an incredible offer. But as I've said before, Audileaf was never about profit. All I've ever wanted is to help people like you finally feel whole again. That's been my mission since the beginning, since Anna's father, and later Anna herself, struggled night after night with the torment of relentless ringing. I only wish this formula had existed years ago, but I can't change the past. What matters now is that after receiving hundreds of messages from people who simply couldn't afford Audileaf, I knew I had to find a way to make it accessible to everyone. That's why there's no chance I would ever charge you $380 or even $200, not even close. Because if we're serious about treating tinnitus for 3 to 6 months, the amount of time most people need to fully restore their hearing and calm their nervous system, that would cost you $1,200 to $2,400. So if you act today without closing this page and take the step to invest in this breakthrough anti-tinnitus solution, my team and I have agreed to help you start the only treatment that truly shuts down the phantom noise for a tiny fraction of the original price. Let me ask you, are you ready to transform your life and silence tinnitus for good? Today, I've prepared an exclusive offer with amazing bonuses. You won't pay $400, not even $200. The original market price for Audileaf was set at $150 per bottle, but since you stayed with me until the end of this presentation, I've arranged something very special. You can get 3 bottles 100% free. That's right, I promised you this, and I don't make empty promises. Here's how it works. If you choose the 6-bottle kit, you only pay for 3 bottles, and the other 3 are free, guaranteeing you 6 full months of treatment, the best possible option. This brings the price of each bottle down to just $49, our lowest price ever. Not only does this save you money, it gives your body the full time it needs to reduce inflammation, calm the nerves, and eliminate tinnitus completely. Now, if you prefer the 3-bottle kit, you get a much better deal on each bottle, giving you 3 months of treatment. In this case, each bottle costs only $72. Or if you choose the 2-bottle option, you'll get a discount off the original price from $178 down to just $89 per bottle. So you can try the most powerful nerve calming formula ever designed to stop the neural storm causing your tinnitus. This offer is only available today, and only while supplies last. Once we run out of bottles, the order buttons will disappear until we're able to produce a new batch, which usually takes between 3 to 6 months. And frankly, based on the demand we saw from the last batch, it's very likely the next one will be reserved only for current users. Now, here's something only for the first 10 people who order the 6-bottle package. You'll receive a private Zoom consultation with me. You'll also get a signed copy of my book, The End of Tinnitus Forever, shipped to your home. And that's not all. Those same 10 people will also receive a $500 Apple Store gift card. And if you're one of those 10, you'll also get 100% of your order refunded back to your bank account immediately. Yes, your entire order will be free. Have you ever seen anyone offer that? But again, this is only for the first 10 people who claim the 6-bottle Audileaf kit starting right now. And yes, your order today is a one-time payment, no auto billing, no hidden fees, no subscriptions. We hate those just as much as you do. Plus, to make your decision even easier, when you choose the 3 or 6-bottle package, you'll also get free shipping, saving you an additional $20. I want you to understand something before you make your decision. What you discover today is not just another internet cure, and it is definitely not another supplement. Audileaf is a silent revolution in tinnitus treatment. For the first time in medical history, a natural protocol has been clinically proven to stop tinnitus at its neurological source. And it has already been validated by independent researchers and respected medical authorities. Don't just take my word for it. See what Dr. Marty Makary, DFA director, said about Audileaf. What Dr. Oz is doing with Audileaf is unprecedented. It is a safe, scientifically backed protocol targeting neural inflammation, the true root of tinnitus. This is exactly the kind of disruptive health initiative America needs. We give full support for Audileaf and Dr. Oz, and I'm not alone in this fight. Look what my friend Dr. Phil has to say about autism. I've been in medicine for 27 years. I've never seen something for tinnitus work this fast with this level of results without drugs. What Dr. Oz created with Audileaf shouldn't be ignored. It should be studied, expanded, and distributed worldwide. These men have nothing to gain from supporting me. They spoke up because the truth can't be buried forever. Not by big pharma, not by their lawyers, and not by their marketing budgets. And now, thanks to Audileaf, thousands of people are already experiencing what doctors once called impossible. Now it's your turn. Listen carefully. Audileaf is not mass-produced. It is not available in pharmacies. It is not sold on Amazon or Walgreens. Every bottle is produced in small batches under strict FDA-registered conditions. The ingredients are rare, and the formula cannot be patented, which means there is enormous pressure to shut this down. That's why I made a decision. I am going to help you get Audileaf today, and I will personally finance part of your treatment. Not sponsors, not investors, not big pharma, because if people like you don't get access right now, this discovery will disappear, and I will not let that happen. Right now, on this page, below this video player, you'll see 3 options. Option 1, 6 bottles. The full restoration protocol. This is the complete 180-day treatment. It eliminates the inflammation cycle, rebuilds neural pathways, and protects your auditory system long term. With the original price of $197 per bottle, today only $49 per bottle, as I am personally covering 75% of your costs, which means you will save $888 by choosing the 6-bottle kit option below. This is the option chosen by over 82% of users, the only one designed to deliver permanent silence. Or option 2, 3 bottles, the stabilization protocol, a 90-day treatment, enough to reduce severe tinnitus symptoms and restore quiet sleep and focus. Only today, you get a much better deal on each bottle. You heard that right, making it a great value for you with the 3-bottle option. The starter kit. Test the formula. Feel the first results. Begin your journey back to silence. Today, only $49 per bottle. Your investment is 100% risk-free. Here is the exact step-by-step process to safely complete your order. Right below this video, you will see the Audileaf kit options. Once you click, you will be redirected to our 100% secure payment page. This page is managed by one of the largest and most trusted online payment processors in the world. Using the same encryption and security systems as major international banks, your information is completely protected in servers located in the USA. Now, to finalize your order, simply follow these easy steps. Scroll down this page. Step 1, Enter your full name, phone number, and email address. Step 2. Fill in the fields with the address where you want your Audileaf kit to be delivered. Step 3. Enter your payment information. Then just click Complete Order, and that's it. Our team here in the United States will immediately prepare your shipment, and you will receive it at your door within 3 to 5 business days within the US. I'm backing your decision with an unconditional 60 days. Money back guarantee. Use Audileaf. Finish every bottle. If you don't feel real silence returning, just send me an email, and I will refund every cent even if the bottle is empty. No questions, no forms, no fine print. Why would I do that? Because I know what's coming for you when the noise finally stops. Sleep without struggle, peace without pills, focus without frustration, and a happy life without tinnitus. This is your moment, the moment most people never get. You can close this page and return to the ringing, the sleepless nights, the anxiety, the fear that it will only get worse, or you can fight back today with the only formula designed to stop tinnitus at its source. Your bottles are waiting below. This is not a subscription. No hidden charges with one secure order. Choose your treatment now before we run out of stock, because the next time you land on this page, it might already be gone. Believe it or not, some people are still wary of Audileaf precisely because it's too cheap. They think it couldn't possibly do the things it does to alleviate hearing problems and tinnitus at a fraction of the price of prescription medicines. And they'd be right. If we charged the same prices as Big Pharma, our product would still sell and we'd get rich. But that's not why I got into this. My mission is and always will be to help as many people as possible. And greedy corporate interests can take a hike as far as I'm concerned. So don't hesitate to take me up on this offer while it still stands. Click the order button below, and I'll make sure you get your shipment of Audileaf in a matter of days. At this point, it's all in your hands. You can either leave this presentation, not believe a word I say, or continue living your life as before. You might hope that your condition will improve on its own. Unfortunately, we know how unlikely that is. But know this, before you opt for much more expensive and potentially damaging medical treatments, you have a choice to be proactive and do something about this now. So why not take matters into your own hands? Proven natural treatments like Audileaf don't come along every day. A lot of work and research went into creating this solution, and you are fortunate to be among the first to find out about it. So go ahead and make a risk-free order today. You'll thank yourself later. Just click below and enter your payment details. We'll take care of the rest. You'll have the bottles delivered to your doorstep in a matter of days. I look forward to celebrating your results with Audileaf. I hate to say this, but time is running out. Why would you waste another second when the solution you've been hoping for is right in front of you? Make your choice below right now. And if you're feeling even a little skeptical about whether this will work for you, I completely understand. After all, you've been lied to your whole life. Tolbat medication, noise machines, and coping strategies were your only options to deal with the ringing, buzzing, and mental fog of tinnitus. Because of course, the $8.5 billion tinnitus industry will never tell you there's a fast, natural, and permanent way to silence it for good. So here's what I'll do to prove to you that this formula works and that you have absolutely nothing to fear. I'm giving you a 100% risk-free, 60 days, money-back guarantee. If you don't experience a dramatic reduction in your tinnitus, if you don't feel sharper, sleep deeper, and regain your mental clarity,
if you don't wake up to silence instead of that tormenting sound, or even if you just change your mind for any reason, even if you've already finished the bottle, we'll refund every cent. No questions asked. That's right, you have 6 full months to try this breakthrough formula. Let me put it this way. It's like going to a restaurant, eating the entire meal, and still getting your money back, just because you didn't like the flavor. Sounds amazing, right? No restaurant on earth would do that. But we believe so strongly that Audileaf will change your life. We made sure you're protected by this ironclad guarantee. Honestly, tinnitus made me feel like I wasn't fully there with my family anymore.
It was exhausting. My mind was always somewhere else. It's weird, you don't even realize how much that noise affects every little moment until suddenly it's not there anymore. A couple weeks after starting Audileaf, we were just watching a movie on the couch, and my daughter turns to me and whispers, "Mom, you're laughing again." It just caught me off guard. I hadn't even noticed myself changing yet, but they did. Now, I actually wake up feeling rested, clear-headed, and honestly, I just feel like myself again. It's such a relief. The truth is, some people simply aren't ready to reclaim their mental clarity, restore their hearing, and finally experience peace. And that's okay. If that's you, feel free to close this page now. This solution isn't for you, but if you're ready to transform your entire life, if you're ready to feel like yourself again, then claim your discount below and choose your package right now. There are no hidden charges, no subscriptions, no automatic rebills, just one simple, secure, one-time payment. And remember, your order is 100% protected by my 180-day money-back guarantee. And now, I've saved the best for last. As an extra thank you for trying the full treatment, you'll get a very special bonus if you secure the 6-bottle Audileaf package today. We call it the Ultimate Sound Healing Guide. You see, most people forget about the most powerful pharmacy on earth, nature. God placed some of the most effective healing tools in the world all around us. We just have to know how to use them. That's why we created this companion app. Inside the Ultimate Sound Healing Guide, you'll discover ancient natural remedies used by long-living cultures in Asia, Africa, and Europe. People who reached 100 years old without hearing loss, insomnia, or cognitive decline. You'll get access to secret herbal combinations and teas that improve circulation, reduce ear pressure, fight inflammation, and even support memory, vision, and mood. Here are just a few of the remedies included. A rich medicinal chocolate tonic to calm nerve pain and promote restful sleep. A powerful Eastern root that restores audio clarity and sharpens hearing. A rare green leaf that helps reset sleep cycles and reduce inner ear inflammation. A forgotten flower extract that's shown to boost dopamine and reduce anxiety. And a daily clarity tea that sharpens memory and helps prevent Alzheimer's. These ingredients are often hidden in plain sight, right there on supermarket shelves, but nobody tells you what they can really do. You'll get instant access to all of this and more when you choose the 6-bottle package before this video ends. It's time to act. You might not realize it, but you're standing at a turning point in your life right now, and you really only have 2 options, leading to 2 very different futures. Option 1, you can close this page, keep doing what the system wants, and spend the rest of your life trying to cope with the noise. But doing that means you'll never be truly free. Because medications were never designed to heal you, only to manage you. That's how the system works. It keeps you dependent for life. While the industry continues to profit off your misery, the average tinnitus sufferer spends thousands over their lifetime on failed treatments. The human cost is much worse. The helplessness of sleepless nights, the isolation of not hearing your loved ones, the exhaustion from chronic noise, the fear of memory loss and long-term brain damage. You've already tried silence machines, supplements, and strange tricks, but now you know why nothing ever worked. And if you wait too long, the nerve damage could become permanent, leading to cognitive decline, hearing loss, or worse. Is that a risk you're willing to take? Or choose option 2? Say goodbye to the ringing. Reclaim your focus, your energy, your joy. Start enjoying life again. Meals, music, conversations, sleep. Imagine how it will feel to live without fear, without frustration, and without the noise in your head. You'll save thousands in the long run. Spend it on your kids, on a vacation, on your peace of mind. You deserve it. So here's what to do. Choose your Audileaf package below. We highly recommend the 6-bottle kit for maximum and lasting results. And enter your details on our secure order page right now. This is a one-time purchase, no subscriptions, no hidden rebills. Over 12,000 people have already silenced their tinnitus with Audileaf. This is your chance to join them. But this limited time discount may expire at any moment. So act now. Make the only decision that's right for both you and your family. Choose your package below. Put Audileaf to the test, completely risk-free. And finally, enjoy your precious life the way it was meant to be lived. Remember, this page is the only place where Audileaf is available. Choose your package now, before this offer disappears. And thank you for listening. Asterisk, still here. If you have any more questions, I'll do my best to answer them here. 1. What is cytokine reduction, and why is it so important for restoring the brain and putting a stop to tinnitus forever? Cytokine reduction, a Nobel Prize-winning discovery, is the key to stopping tinnitus, hearing loss, memory decline, and mental fatigue once and for all. We've discovered that pro-inflammatory cytokines are responsible for triggering nerve inflammation, which in turn causes the hypersensitivity of the nervous system, the true cause of tinnitus. After extensive research and clinical trials, we found that certain natural compounds can eliminate these harmful cytokines by activating the body's own reverse mechanism, cytokine reduction. This process desensitizes the nervous system, and allows the brain to return to normal function while eliminates tinnitus, improves hearing, and boosts memory. It's the only proven method that can help you say goodbye to tinnitus and hearing issues for good. 2. How is Audileaf manufactured? Audileaf is proudly manufactured in the United States in an FDA-registered facility that follows the highest standards of good manufacturing practices, GMP. Each batch is produced under rigorous quality controls. Every bottle is tested by independent third-party laboratories to ensure that the ingredients match exactly what's on the label, and there are no toxic substances or contaminants. We completely reject the use of fillers, preservatives, or artificial additives. That's why Audileaf is an exceptionally pure and effective breakthrough designed to eliminate tinnitus and support natural hearing restoration. 3. How long will Audileaf be available to the public? My number one priority is to ensure that this breakthrough solution reaches as many Americans as possible at a cost that amounts to just pennies a day. But there's a problem. Some powerful groups are fiercely opposed to what we're doing. They've already tried to remove this website and silence this discovery. On top of that, each bottle of Audileaf takes up to 6 months to produce due to our strict sourcing and manufacturing process. So I can't promise this site or this offer will stay online much longer. If you're ready to experience the transformative effects of Audileaf, take action now to secure your supply. 4. How does the guarantee work? Every order of Audileaf is protected by our 60 days, 100% money-back guarantee. If for any reason you're not completely satisfied, just reach out to our 24/7's customer support team by phone or email. We'll refund 100% of your investment within 48 hours, no questions asked. You'll speak with a real person who genuinely cares about your experience and is ready to help. With this ironclad guarantee, you can try Audileaf with complete confidence, absolutely risk-free. 5. Okay, I'm ready to order Audileaf. What do I do next? It's simple. Click the order button below. Choose the package that best suits you. Enter your payment details. Place your order. Your bottles will be promptly shipped to your door. Most people choose our 6-bottle package, which offers the best value and maximum results. But whichever package you select, you'll receive Audileaf in just a few short days, and you can begin taking it daily. I'm confident you'll be amazed at how quickly it eases your tinnitus, improves your hearing, and restores your mental clarity. And don't forget, your entire purchase is covered by our 60 days guarantee, so there's no risk. Ready to experience the power of Audileaf? Click below to get started now.